And we are live. Hello, 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 everyone who's watching and those who watch the replay as well. I'm Amy J along with Kitty Foss, and we are here to give you the vibe of the week. And so,
What a vibe it is. What a vibe it is.
Kitty's having her own little personal vibe um, right now, and it's all right though. I'll start so you can finish strong. Okay.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
gonna if you see me close my eyes, folks, it's because I'm they're telling me I'm gonna get a message, and because I've been
Hey,
rather
Robin.
distracted today, and in
Yeah.
some ways I've just been kind of, excuse me, fighting spirit.
Okay. Well, you know what? That that happens occasionally. So let's
Yes,
get right
it
to it.
does.
I'll get started with the cards that I pulled. Actually, it was really not much of a pull because they all were just flying out. So again, spirit is strong and they have a strong message.
Yes,
Okay.
they do.
So
So I'm gonna listen.
okay. So part of the message I've been getting these past couple of days that I really feel is important to say is about this energy that we have right now, and it's been really magical and fascinating for me. I've been doing things. Things are happening. Things are manifesting. There's things coming up that maybe have that we've maybe wanted or worked on for a while, but the other end of that is because we live in the duality of the universe, that our energy for light workers and stuff is really strong right now. It's really strong in getting things done, of making connections, of doing some things that we've longed to do. But on the other hand, we also have to realize that that energy is just as strong out there for those that do not want this new energy, do not want things to change, do not want the light to shine as bright. So, I guess if I can just say one thing on that is just make sure that you're aware of that. So, no fear or anything like that, but protect yourself. Um, be aware of what you're taking in, and that means listening to, watching, who you're maybe interacting with, and in a spiritual sense, even, and maybe those that are not of the spiritual community, but of the spiritual community as well, for sure. So just that's all that kind of message, because that energy is so strong. We have to realize and acknowledge that it's not only for us as light workers, but it's a strong energy for those that don't want that. And so I just wanted to really make a point of that so that you could keep that in mind. It's not about all the energy, because there's some fascinating, strong energy that I'm loving right now this week coming up. And the first one is Passion 25, Love for Life. And this is what I'm feeling. It's the heartbeat, it's the heart chakra, it's the what have you been desiring to do. And we are getting emboldened. If you look at this beautiful yellow solar plexus chakra color that's saying, yes, 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 this is what's been in your heart, is getting that energy to come out and do those things you want to do. This other card speaks perfectly to it as well, because it's number 14, boundaries. And again, that's what I was just speaking of. Kind of check your boundaries, put your boundaries in place. Are you doing the things that are going to lead to this? Because again, that energy is strong for everyone, no matter where they are at on their spiritual journey, or they're on the spiritual plane. So set those boundaries up so that you can um, go and do those things that you really love to do without any interference or without, thinking about these things. And then number 38, chakras. Chakras are really important right now. Make sure you're balancing them. Make sure they're grounded. Make sure that they're open and that they're not blocked and that they're receiving those messages. I always think of the chakras as the message centers. So you need to make sure your chakras are tuned up and working, because there's where you're going to receive some messages from this strong, strong energy. So if you have one that needs a little dusting off or needs to be a little opened or something like that, figure out what that is. Do some grounding, do some meditating. Just even, go in as far as in your meditation, go through each chakra and ask it to be cleared or to be opened, and go through it one by one. But chakras feel really important this week as well. So make sure that they are functioning like you would like them to. And then a few more cards here from the other deck. I got the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords, it talks about what came to me was needing to build confidence. Okay, what am I just saying? How do you get to this? You need to build that confidence and those skills. So maybe there's something that you need to be doing that you haven't done, maybe just haven't got around to. Maybe you're just like, oh, I really want to do this, but you just aren't confident. I'm telling you, the energy is there to take the first step, even if it's just a small one, to get into whatever it is that, is going to bring you that passion. Take that first step, bring in that confidence. And then I also got number 5, the Hierophant. Okay. And the Hierophant is about awakening. And the one thing that I read here that just perfectly summed this up is, look to the patterns around you and strive to understand your own internal compass. Wow, if that doesn't go with all these other cards. The Hierophant, look at that guy. He is joyful. Look at that golden staircase. Look at all that energy up there in the sky that's for him. But he's tuning in, again, chakras. He's tuning in to that internal compass. So that's really, I think, the whole heart of this message is tuning into your internal compass to find that passion, and then to, over here, release that energy that's being made available to us. And 13, death and rebirth. There may be some things you have to give up. There may be some things that you need to let go, but that's not always a bad thing, because getting rid of something opens up room for something else to come in. And why I love this card and how they depicted this was because this right here, in that where you'd see that face, where typically when we think of death, it's like a ghostly skeleton type face, but no, this is beautiful light that's in that face area. So it is about the rebirth and about letting go and getting your confidence, tuning into that internal compass, tuning your body up as well. So this is not only just a spiritual thing or a spiritual tuning, you're tuning that physical up, that body up, because this is what awaits you with this energy, that passion, that thing that you want to go after. And if I can say one other thing, it's a beautiful time for co-creating, for talking with other people, even if you're just bouncing ideas off of each other, or you're like, hey, do you want to do this with me? One-time thing, all the time. It doesn't matter. That co-creating is really a strong energy out there too. So I think I said it all. I probably said too much. You might have to go back and rewatch it to hear everything I said because I got talking fast. But guess what? The passion was coming out because I really feel this energy strongly and know that I want you to feel that too this week. So I'm going to pass it off to my dear friend Kitty and have her tell us what the heavens is bringing us this week as well.
So first of all, hi, Mary. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Robin. Hi, Michelle Brandenburg Rogers. It's good to see you. That's a lovely reading, Amy, because it actually took, what's really interesting is you had the fire element, you had the earth element, and you had the emotional element, because the stars are dealing with the air element this week. So spending your time in those is the concentration, because there are all kinds of different air energies that are talking and not talking this week. So I'm going to put a beeline. I'm looking at the energy today, and there was a lot of chaos and transformation for me personally today. And one of my lessons today was there is a reason why what I'm trying to get done is not getting done, and I need to just let go and trust it. Because I really spent all day trying to figure it out, and it didn't happen. So as many phone calls as I made, as many whatever, it just didn't happen. So that for me was the vibration of the day. But the vibration overall was about transformation and that Uranus energy working with the sun, who we are, to have us become more aware. Tomorrow's a big day for people, especially in the United States. We are in our Pluto return in the United States, which is all about the transformation. And at 22 degrees of Virgo, the United States was born, which is very Pluto is rules Scorpio, and Virgo rules all of the little pieces, and it's constant. And Pluto and Virgo is a very exhausting, diligent sign, which is the history of the United States. We are revolutionaries, and we did change the world, and we continue to. And we're going through our own rebirth. Tomorrow, at 22 degrees of Pisces, Neptune crosses over, and that kind of activates that Pluto piece of it. So there was a point when we started, we will be at the same degree exactly tomorrow again, because we've gone retrograde in Pluto, and we're going to go back over it and then come back around again at the end of December. And so tomorrow, if you have anything, if you are an astrologist or you've run your charts, look to see if you have anything at 22 degrees and pay attention tomorrow, because I want to talk to you. You're getting some extra information for all of us about this transformation, about this big change for the United States. So interestingly enough, the only energies tomorrow that are really working together, because the others are either being held at the moon and Neptune are kind of squaring off, which is kind of a check. And the other ones are basically not talking to each other. The moon and the sun aren't talking. Chaos isn't talking. Mercury isn't talking tomorrow. But the two that are is that moon in Sagittarius about truth, and structure in Aquarius, the vision. So again, here's that air energy, that Aquarian structure and vision that is coming forth. And of course, Neptune is all about higher learning. And then as the week, wow, that's a loud car. Yeah.
That was a motorcycle, sorry.
And as the week goes on, Taurus steps forward at a couple different points with Mars to have our will really look at what do we value. Again, we're getting that information for the United States. We're getting that information about what we value. So the cards are perfect. The chakra card, what number was that? I heard to ask.
Oh, 38.
11. So, there is a transformation. One falls away, one remains. And all of those things Amy spoke about this week are exactly true. One will remain, one falls away. Your air energy, your mind, your thought, what controls your head is going to be brought. Physical things is going to be brought, energetic things. And you are making choices all the way through this week. And then we get to, so all of this leads up to our full moon. It's called the buck moon. It is another.
And why is that? Can you tell us?
I have no idea why it's called the buck moon. I didn't look it up.
Okay.
No, I will look it up too.
I bet
it
it has something to do with
I'm
The
sure it's
male deer.
male deer and Native Americans and something. So
Maybe somebody knows.
indigenous folks. So if somebody knows, 22 degrees Libra, Jupiter. So tomorrow, Mary, pay attention to expansion of what balances you tomorrow. And, looking at information. Anybody with that 22-degree thing will probably have a little bit of a different day. So just to give you an idea, when it crossed over 22 degrees, Virgo, that was the beginning of World War II. So, I mean, there are big things that happen. So we on the 13th is a full moon. So it is exactly what Amy's talking about the whole week. What can I forgive? What do I let go of? And what do I have gratitude for? And that particular day, Venus, which is in her kind of flirty energy of Gemini, is having a great time with Saturn structure in whatever the vision is. So we are flirting with, and those are both air. That's the air energy again. We are flirting with what is it our structures want to be. And here's this Capricorn full moon that is all about the bigger structures. So we're going to get in this full moon, look at what bigger things you can let go of, as not so much the little stuff. What bigger changes am I ready to make? Can I let go of that I have to make? Looking at what authentically, that heart card, perfect card. Hold it up again, would you, Amy?
I will.
That heart card, what are we being called to passionately do in our structures? And meanwhile, Mercury is talking in Cancer, nurturing what our values are. So they're stepping forward together that day, along with that Capricorn energy and Pisces, the structure of what we want to flow, what we want to be, what we're ready to let go of. Very bright light on the whole picture when it's a Capricorn full moon and a super moon at that. It is full at 2:38 p.m. And then as the weekend comes, or as the week goes on, we're looking at, again, some more of this air energy stepping forward to have us evaluate, to have us look at what's coming forth. We're letting go of whole patterns of thoughts. We're letting go of whole judgments this week. It's a busy week. We have that moon working with Jupiter, that structure, starting whatever this new structure is that we're all working on, especially here in the USA. And as the week closes out, we've got a lovely conjunction with Aquarius, with Saturn in Aquarius on the 15th, that midpoint of the month in Cancer. Of course, this is the Cancer energy of nurturing things, stepping forward. And boy, this is really, we say that all the time, self-care, but this really is the month of how do I make that my focus? How do I make that heart step forward and be my focus? Because that, particularly that day on the 15th, nothing else is really talking to each other that day. So a lot of things are being held. A lot of things are ignoring each other. But that moon in Aquarius
and
is
sometimes that's not bad.
No,
Not bad.
often squares are more about making sure that one energy doesn't roll over the other energy. And the moon and the sun aren't actually talking that day. So that moon in Aquarius, whatever the vision is not talking to what I need to nurture. It's literally talking in our structure. The moon is working with the vision that is Aquarius. So we're getting a lot of information. So it's tiring. That's why I pay attention to the energy, pay attention to the fire that comes forward, pay attention to the feelings that come forward, and ground yourself in that earth. And then we finish up the week with that lovely Pisces working with Taurus, that bigger secrets coming into what we value so we can ground them. So it's a week of energy. We're seeing more and more people having to take a step back and getting ready, folks. But there's a lot of magic out there. Pay attention to those other elements that are available for you. There is a bigger reality check happening.
And I looked up buck moon. And
Okay.
it said it's named after the new antlers that emerge from a buck's forehead around this time of the year.
Oh, that's so funny because the deer I just saw, and what I said to my husband is, his antlers are just starting to grow.
Yeah, and Mary was just talking about that as well. on that she's seen them. So it's also called the thunder moon, the hay moon, and the wirt moon, WYRT. So I don't know, but that's why it's called the buck moon.
WYRT.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that is. I'll be looking that up. So
I know you're gonna look that up.
but anyway, that's our stars. We got it. This is, June and July have been very busy, astrologically, unusually so, and all kind of leading toward the end of this big conjunction at the end of the month with our North Node, our goal's biggest. On the 19th, we have Chiron going retrograde, and then we have the time of Leo, who we are, stepping forward, and we just have a lot of things happening on the new moon. Jupiter goes retrograde, and the new moon is the 28th. So it's a busy time, and it's that midsummer fixed.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving from beginnings to that kind of fixed energy to get ourselves going.
And interestingly enough, I've been sleeping more than I normally do. But then I get up and I have all this energy for the day and that kind of thing, but I've just been sleeping longer than I typically do. So I feel like, there's some really strong energy out there, and for some reason I need to sleep a little more to absorb it, I guess.
So people know, Amy and I, our sun signs, our engines are there on the continuum. I'm one end of the continuum, she's the other. We're both very fixed energy, and because we're Scorpio and Taurus. Now, I didn't sleep hardly at all last night, and I have been having the absolute most bizarre. Last night, I took over a position in a play, and I had to play it, and I could do it so well I didn't need a microphone, and it just, it's been wild, unusual dreams for me that are very symbolic, and usually my dreams are pretty. I can figure them out.
And some we couldn't figure out because she's shared a few with me.
No, this week they've all been those ones.
Jamie, for that. Wirt is a Gaelic term for herb.
The herb moon. Well, that makes sense. They're growing. I know my blueberries are getting ready to start to harvest. So that's pretty cool. But yes, I know. I usually have the dreams, and they're pretty. And I've been telling Amy the dreams. We've both been going.
And so I ask her things like, did you have ice cream before you went to bed? Those always cause crazy dreams for me. If I eat ice cream sometime throughout the day, then I don't know why. It just seems to have crazy.
And the funny thing is, the very thing I worked on all day, 3 days ago, I had a dream about getting this done, looking for this. And I'm like, so if I'm supposed to be doing this, why is it being blocked? But hey, so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Deeper, not longer, but more restful and dreaming. Yes. Yeah, Mary. Totally get
very
that.
Nice. So it seems this Neptune retrograde we're having is either bringing some people more real dreams and restful dreams. Me, the weird. So, shooting things through holes in the ground and that are like porcupine quills, but it's just wild and very
took us like a good 45 minutes to try to sort that one. I'm still not sure we had the exact interpretation.
I haven't even told you last night, so besides taking over in the play. So it's so so that's the energy that's coming forth for me. So there are different things that are going to present themselves this week. So take a breath, ground yourself.
I've been getting some upgrades too, I feel like all of a sudden I'll just get hit with this massive amount of energy. I'll get really hot and I'll be like, okay, what was that about? And sometimes it happens too. Like when I'm first waking up or when I'm trying to go to sleep. So
I've been getting these heat, and then I get chilled, and then you should start a dream journal, Kitty. I'm not even sure I could record some of these, Mary.
Running with a 20-foot long pole. That's a pole vaulter. You're supposed to get over that hurdle.
Well, Robin, you got to give yourself a little bit of a break because Robin's been sick, and so get
over the hurdle. You're going over the hurdle. There you go.
So, and Jamie's been sleeping a lot more, so it's an interesting time.
Yeah, it is, but it's magical. And so do what you need to do. It's about you.
Enjoy the magic that's there. Yes. Don't do what I did today and keep pushing at it. Just let it be. So,
All right, everybody, this has been great. Let us know, anytime, give us some comments about what's going on, and we will
we have
see you
we do have a program this week, 8 p.m. We have Claire Lilly coming on to talk about tarot cards and stuff. The posters will go up, and
Yeah. And
programs
I'm
are
telling you, if I can say that one more time, though, there's a lot of things that are coming up for Kitty, for myself, for us together, for Intuition of the Soul. There's just a lot of collaborating and networking. So do that. If you're feeling that need, take that idea and share it with a trusted friend and say, I've been thinking about doing this. What do you think? Give me some honest feedback, because it's really that's out there too. And it just feels like that might be the push you need to take that first step into doing what's been simmering here in your heart and is ready to explode with all that energy.
And when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Age of Aquarius is here, and that is about the collective, folks.
Okay.
It is about
I
the
wasn't quite sure where we're going, but okay, got it.
Yeah, that's the song, and actually that played
Hey,
yesterday
let's
on the
do
radio.
karaoke some night, Giddy.
But that is where we are going, this co-creating.
Yes,
And
it is.
as our friend Jeanette Byro says, we also co-create with spirit. So I think part of the practice co-creating with other people is also to fine tune our co-creating.
There you go. The message centers, strengthen up, clear those, open those, expand those.
Well, and what I love about that card is it's coming through. So much is coming through the crown.
Yeah, right here, up here, way above the head, those higher spiritual chakras where you're getting that information. So absolutely, do it.
All right. So anyway, I'm Kitty Foss.
I'm Amy J.
And we want to say have a wonderful week. See you Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Aloha.
Oi. Bye for now.
Bye for now.